Welcome to the Fine Line Creative Arts Center. My name is Lynn Caldwell and I'm the Executive Director. I'm so excited to open our nationally juried show, Purely Abstract. It is an amazing show and I hope you can come out and see it. Next, we're going to hear from our artists.
Hi, my name is MERITI. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and this is my painting, C3. I'm a painter who specializes in abstract and non-objective work, and I like to use lines and geometric shapes. My personal style tends to be very exact. I like to be precise, but not quite mechanical. That's because when I was in my early teens, I had surgery to have a spinal cord tumor removed, and I actually turned to artwork to get my fine motor control back. So these kind of paintings are a challenge for me, but also the ones that I enjoy doing the most. This one was very time consuming and strenuous because there were a lot of lines packed in and I had to go over each and every one of them multiple times without bleeding into the gaps in between the others. So it was a lot of work, but I'm proud of it. So I hope you guys enjoy it in the show.
Hello everyone, my name is Rachel KIRK. I am a professor of drawing at Central Washington University in Ellensburg, Washington State. I'm so thrilled to be part of this show. Thank you everyone at Fine Line Creative Arts Center for including me in my two pieces that are based on abstractions from natural sources. Thanks.
My name is John Federlin and I'm a painter based out of Queens, New York. I would describe my work as whimsical, fun, playful, chaotic, erratic, an amalgamation of all those things. The meaning I attach to it is it's really just about expression and relationships between colors, between space, the relationship I have with the canvas, and hopefully at the end of the day, the relationship the viewer has with the canvas as well. I think it's really important, especially nowadays, to not only have an outlet for the artist, but also for the viewer to have some sort of escape.
Hi, I'm an artist, Susan Korpening, and we are here in my studio in Altadena, California, northeastern Los Angeles. And what you see behind me is a pretty big installation piece. It's made of the same paper that the smaller pieces in this exhibition are made with. Here are some others that you can see. And you can also see how they change with the light, depending on where you're standing. Here's a little one. They reflect light and color. Like much of my work, I've done a lot of installations. And most recently, these pieces, paper on canvas. Thanks a lot.
My name's Hammond. This is my painting, Tipping Point.
An acrylic on canvas painting measuring 36 inches by 36 inches, Tipping Point is like many of my works, an emotional reaction to something going on in my life. As this Instagram post so eloquently says, I need to get it out. When I look back on this date, I can see it was a few days after my mother's birthday, which has become a difficult time for me. Unlike my other paintings, Tipping Point was created after several glasses of wine. The composition appears unsteady and has always amused me as if it were mimicking a drunken swagger. Throughout the painting are gestural marks that appear to be inspired graffiti, discreetly directing the viewer's eye from one point to another. My work consistently aims to express myself and to tell a story, and this painting does just that.
Hello, my name is Kurt DYRHAUG. I'm currently a sculpture professor at Lamar University in Beaumont, Texas. Generally, the subject matter of my drawings are specific viewpoints of completed sculpture or sculpture that is in progress. The work in this exhibition is a new series that includes found objects that explore texture, color, and composition on paper. Materials that I often use include gesso and sand, as well as metal coatings and cold patinas. I've found that these materials provide an interesting sensibility of color and atmospheric effects. I hope you enjoy my drawing and the rest of the work in this amazing exhibition. Thank you so much.
Hello, this is Judith Ornstein from Brooklyn, New York. I'm an abstract artist whose imagery melds poetic impulse with networks of line and form. Using organic forms in a bright color palette, I seek to distill blocks of emotion and complex experiences into closely observed spatial fragments. Networks of marks morph into swells, inlets, and an index of moves, teeming with detail and familiar shapes. I weave a wide range of references, including cartoons, molecules, and biological forms. Color works directly on our emotional core, and my off-kilter color blocks are put together in a tangled space as a kind of improvisational universe. I create a kaleidoscopic effect to evoke a vibrant interior realm. I want to thank Kavanagh Gallery for including me in this show, and you can see more at judithornstein.com. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Les Allard. My wife and I are quailrunart.com. Woodfords, California, on the east side of Sears is our home base. I'm a large format photographer, and I enjoy using alternative processes such as platinum printing. While I prefer shooting my 4x5 camera, the thought of hauling 35 pounds of gear through airports and risking the loss of film is scary. Therefore, on a recent trip to Iceland, I opted to go digital. Basically a landscape photographer, I'm attracted to historic buildings and abandoned items. However, modern buildings that challenge standard building practices present opportunities that I cannot pass up. Finding and photographing abstract features stretches my way of expressing my art. Harpa Abstract is my take on the concert hall in Reykjavik, Iceland. Enjoy.
Hi there, my name is Kelly Dara. I live and work in Milwaukee and the surrounding community in southeastern Wisconsin. The piece that I have here today is called Coral Reef. It is inspired by the shapes and color found on coral, as well as plant and animal life found surrounding that coral. I think it's really beautiful. I was inspired by the beauty of the subject matter, and then I was able to use those shapes and colors and create a composition all on its own. I wanted to also take this opportunity to encourage everybody to think about the impact that climate change is having on the coral and other ocean life. We see the fires and we see the hurricanes, and we know the impact it's having on areas that are inhabited by humans. But I think it's also important to consider that impact in the oceans.
Hello, my name is Michelle RIAL, and I'm from Serena, Illinois. And since the year 2000, I've been creating fused glass artworks that have been nature inspired. But since COVID-19 and in January, I completely shifted my style into abstraction, which I never would have thought that I would get into. I've never been an abstract person. So these two examples that are in back of me are of my compression series. And they are designed with hundreds and tiny little pieces of fusing glass that are stacked, and then under compression and high temperature, they're glass kiln fired to create the new perspectives and movements and shifts of the line work. Thank you.
Hi everyone, Steve Solid speaking to you from my design studio and gallery at Sandy Hook, New Jersey. I'd like to thank everyone who had a part in selecting my two digital pieces of art, the ICU and Psychedelic Flowers from Mars. Look forward to seeing everyone else's art, and I hope that you have a great show. I'm looking forward to it.
Hi, my name is Barb Ridds-Ross, and I am from Barrington, Illinois. I am an abstract painter, and I paint with acrylics and love to make marks on my paintings with crayon and pencil and various other tools. I studied art at CCNY, which is a university in New York City, and I have studied at the Art Institute of Chicago. And now I paint always abstractly, and as you can see behind me, this is called Let's Stay Connected. And it was painted during the COVID-19, and it was kind of a representation of the struggle that we've had to stay connected with the people we love. So this is a bunch of circles, which I very often use to represent people. And this is my interpretation of trying to stay connected. I hope you enjoy my painting. Thank you.
Hi, this is Karen Kirshner, and I live in East Meadow, New York, and I'm very excited about being in the Purely Abstract exhibition at the Kavanagh Gallery in St. Charles, Illinois. And my painting, Every Ounce, is the painting that's going to be on exhibit there, and it's 30 inches high by 24 inches wide, and it's in acrylic paint, and it is purely abstract, and I'm hoping that you like it.
I'm happy to introduce our judge for Purely Abstract, Meg Barrow. Meg has been an active advocate of the arts as a teacher, curator, and as the executive director and chief curator emeritus of the Shingothi Center at Aurora University. The president of the university, Rebecca Sherrick, said about Meg, "Thanks to Meg's dynamic leadership and thoughtful stewardship, the Shingothi Center is recognized widely as a Smithsonian affiliate. Her work with students, faculty, and community members is exemplary. As a result of her tenure, the museum is integral to an Aurora University education." Welcome, Meg Barrow.
I just want to take a moment before we begin with our awards to thank the Gallery Committee for all of their hard work and congratulate them on this wonderful exhibit at the Fine Line. Our first award is for an honorable mention, and it is going to Patricia Littlefield. The title of this piece is Signal. I really like this because it's old school photography to me, where the artist's eye, the photographer's eye, really plays a critical role. Here, Patricia has looked all around her and focused in on this composition. Looking at it first, you think, oh, it's a waterfall, this might be a dam, something in nature. Upon closer look, you see that this is actually an urban setting, and you can see peeling paint, and this looks to be like a metal rafter of sorts, some big screws, etc. And she has had the eye to choose this wonderfully balanced piece with texture and color that could in fact be seen anyplace else. Next is this piece by Karen Kirshner titled Every Ounce. And I think every ounce of energy that she put into this piece is recognizable. Our final honorable mention goes to Teresa Shields for this lovely needlepoint. It is titled Worlds Apart, and it is created with many, many French knots in different colors, almost like pointillism. Here we have a pastel by Judith Ornstein titled Afterglow, and it is receiving an award of merit. I love the boldness of this beautiful composition. These orbs are in fact filled with light. Bold, confident strokes, and yet parts of it are very playful as well. I love the colors and the composition, and I like the fact that it is not overworked. Congratulations, Judith, on this wonderful piece. Our next award of merit goes to Diane Akush. This is a sculpture masquerading as a teapot. It makes me smile. I love the asymmetry of it, the organic shapes, and it almost appears as if it happened by accident. This is also a drawing, imitating a sculpture, imitating and hidden in a teapot. All of these lines, these beautiful drawings, accentuate the shape that is created in this beautiful sculpture. It's playful and beautiful, and it looks as if it happened by accident, which in some way it probably did. The artist probably allowed for accident, but then was talented and wise enough and intuitive enough in her medium to know when to stop and what to capture in that happenstance that she created. Thank you, Diane, for this wonderful, wonderful piece that I have thoroughly enjoyed. The next award of merit goes to Wendy Weldon for her lovely acrylic on panel titled Staying Calm, something we all could use from time to time. I was really drawn to this piece because it is so calming. The symmetry lends to that as well as the limited palette. And its size is interesting. It certainly would make a wonderful large canvas, but because of its smaller size, we're drawn in to look at it more carefully. And the limited palette, actually we see many subtle changes and layers in each of these areas, which I think also elicits calm. I want to stand here and just enjoy its beauty. Thank you, Wendy. Rachel KIRK, After Labe. When I saw this piece unfurled, after first looking at the previous drawing, it stopped me in my tracks. I said, that's it. This organic, rhythmic composition is just stunning. It's beautiful. I love the movement, the shapes, the colors. She titles it after Labe, Wolfgang Labe, who is a German artist who works with natural substances, perishable natural substances like pollen and milk and wood and rice. And so that reference of this organic object that is not literal, but certainly evokes something we would easily walk upon in the woods or in a field. It has life. We really feel the life of this piece, somewhat autumnal in its colors and perhaps the shedding of leaves or a wind blowing off of whatever this shape is. but it is just absolutely beautiful. There are metallic elements in it, in the background, also very subtle. The whole piece is very subtle, but very powerful and moving. Thank you, Ms. Kirk, for your work. It is extremely successful and just wonderful to be in its presence.
Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the opening. Remember, the Fine Line is open to the public Monday through Saturday from 10 to 5. Just remember, you'll have to wear a mask. Thanks for joining us.